Hi guys, so today for math we're doing 10.4 and 10.4 is classifying different types of quadrilaterals. Um, so if you think about the word quadrilateral, what does quad mean? Anyone have an idea? So if you think about like a quad that you ride on, right? How many wheels does it have? It has four, right? So similar here, quadrilateral means four-sided figure. So we're going to be learning some different types of four-sided figures. So let's take a look at the first one. The first one here we have is a trapezoid. So a trapezoid is a shape that has at least one pair of parallel sides. So you'll notice that the top line and the bottom line of a trapezoid, they will never, ever touch. They'll never meet. So that means they're parallel. The other two sides, they would eventually meet if they were to go on forever. Eventually, these two sides would meet. So they're not parallel. But this is a trapezoid because, again, it follows that rule. It has at least one pair of parallel sides. Another shape we're learning is a parallelogram. So a parallelogram is another four-sided figure. Kind of looks like a rhombus, but it's different because not all the sides have to be equal in length. So a parallelogram has two pairs of parallel sides. It has to have two pairs of parallel sides. So notice how the top and bottom parallel, sides parallel. They'll never ever touch. And it has two pairs of sides with equal length, two sides. So it doesn't have to have all sides equal length. Parallelogram has at least two sides that are equal in length. So like the top lines and the bottom line, those are equal in length. The sides, those are equal in length. And I kind of show which sides are equal by the little dashes that I use. So it shows like one little dash here and one dash here. That means these are equal. Two dashes, that means those two sides are equal in length. So that's a parallelogram. A rhombus, it's kind of similar to a parallelogram. Notice how it's kind of like a slanty shape, right? But here, the important difference is that all four sides of a rhombus are equal in length. This side is equal to this side, equal to this side, and equal to this side. All their sides are equal. So it's kind of like a slanted square in a way. Also, a rhombus has two pairs of parallel sides. So it needs to have two sides that will never ever touch, never ever touch. So top and bottom and sides are both two pairs of parallel sides. A rectangle is another four-sided shape, but this one has two pairs of parallel sides. So the top and bottom are parallel, sides are parallel. It has two pairs of sides with equal length. So that means the top and bottom are equal in length, the sides are equal in length. And it has four right angles. So that's a big difference between a rectangle and a parallelogram. It has a lot of the same characteristics, right? The only difference is that a rectangle has right angles. It has to have those square corners, right? With a parallelogram, it didn't need to have that because it doesn't have that quality of having right angles. A rectangle has to have four right angles. And how can you tell? Well, it has those little squares inside the angles. Just remember I told you guys last week. If you see those little squares, it's telling you those are right angles. So now our last one is a square. And squares are really cool, probably one of my favorite shapes, because a square is actually all of the quadrilaterals. It has all of the qualities. It has two pairs of parallel sides. It has four sides of equal length, and it has four right angles. So technically, crazy to believe, but I could call a rhombus a square. I could call a rectangle a square. I could call a trapezoid a square. I could call a parallelogram a square. You know why? Because it's everything. It has all of the qualities. It has at least one pair of parallel sides, right? It has two pairs of parallel sides, two pairs of sides of equal length. It has four equal sides. It has right angles. It has all the qualities of all of those special things about all of the other quadrilaterals. So important here to notice that the right angles Again, and notice how all the sides are equal in length. So squares are really cool. All right, so the last thing I'm going to show you guys is a picture, well, not picture, but I'm going to post a picture of this little diagram. Hopefully it might help you guys a little bit with being able to classify quadrilaterals. So I'm just going to go over it a little to help you explain how to use it. So the first top one shows, in general, a quadrilateral is a shape that has 4 sides. You can notice this picture doesn't have anything else that's special going on. No right angles, no equal sides, and nothing like that. A trapezoid shows you, yes, it's 4-sided, and it has at least one pair of parallel sides. So a trapezoid is also a quadrilateral. You're going to start seeing the flow here. So the parallelogram, again, 4-sided, so it's a quadrilateral. 2 pairs of parallel sides and 2 sides of equal length. So technically, I could say that a trapezoid is a parallelogram because it has that qualification. It has at least one pair of parallel sides. So a parallelogram is also a trapezoid, which is also a quadrilateral. And then this is kind of where we see a divide, because I can't call a rectangle a parallelogram because it doesn't have, I can't call a parallelogram a rectangle because it doesn't have the right angles, right? So, but I can call a rhombus a parallelogram because it has all those qualities. I can call it a trapezoid because it has all those qualities. With the rectangle, I can call it a parallelogram, a trapezoid, because it has all those qualities. So notice how the flow chart's kind of going down. Anything above it, I can call it that. I can call it that. But these two, you can't call a rectangle a rhombus or a rhombus a rectangle because a rhombus needs to have all sides equal in length, and a rectangle doesn't have that. And then a square is all of the things. So a square has 4 sides. It has 2 pairs of parallel sides. It has 4 sides equal length. It has 4 right angles. So it really has all of the qualities of all of the quadrilaterals. So I'll post a picture of that if you need to see that later on while you guys are working on your stuff. So today, I'd like for you to do the exit slip that's connected to this lesson. Go on Think Central, do the assignment on there. And then for optional work, if you'd like, please go on Freckle, Khan Academy, Math Games. There are some assignments in there relating to this lesson as well. So good luck, have fun, and I will talk to you guys later.